Alrighty, it is now January 25th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars Episode 9, a lot of fans have been very curious about the future of this franchise and exactly how Disney and Lucasfilm are really going to evolve it into something original. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 is that this was really a film that laid the foundation of new Star Wars lore. You can see a great example of this in the world of Exegol, the Shrines of the Sith Sanctuary, the Eternal Sith. I mean, the amount of lore that went into this thing is rather incredible, and what could have been before the reshoots that actually a lot of scenes were deleted, you do get to see a lot of prime examples of this in the visual dictionary and in the upcoming art book of The Rise of Skywalker, where they even plan to bring back Mustafar and things around those lines. Now, past the Skywalker saga, obviously this is going to be a big deal. A lot of fans are looking forward to these new Star Wars movies that are currently in early development. Ever since David Benioff and D.B. Weiss left these 3 new Star Wars movies, now new writers and directors are coming on board. Production is all set and ready to begin next month of February, and we're going to be learning more and more about this 4th trilogy, these new series of Star Wars movies to come out throughout this entire decade that's really going to propel fans into a new mythology of Star Wars. And I think that's a very interesting, guide by Disney, is the fact that they really are going to be doing something original that's not going to rely on nostalgia per se, but more so relying on Star Wars legends and abandoned ideas by George Lucas. Now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are done with the sequel trilogy, they are said to be moving on to their live-action TV shows that are currently in the early works, as well as the new Star Wars trilogy of films that will be released throughout this entire decade. One of the major projects that they are currently focused on is the first film of the new trilogy, dubbed as Star Wars X, also known as Star Wars Episode 10. And that they are currently getting ready to start production on the film this February, and that its director is going to be announced very soon. One of the big plans that Disney has in store for the film is that they are currently coming up with a plan to unveil the truth of the ancient Jedi and the Sith in the new Star Wars film, and that they are looking to find a way to bring back the character of Yoda in this new movie in a powerful way for fans, and that this will serve as a loose connection to the Skywalker saga. Not just that, but that they are also going to dive into the secrets of the unknown regions that will be and that will actually be explained in these new movies, and that the plan is to bring a return of the world of Exegol, as seen in The Rise of Skywalker. It was J.J. Abrams who helped with, of course, connecting all of these different connections to the new upcoming Star Wars movies by introducing such worlds that will be a part of the brand new mythology of Star Wars as a franchise. Now, they are also going to unveil new truths and revelations about the first Skywalker in this new Star Wars film that will also serve as a loose connection to the Skywalker saga by revealing the legend of this character and more. Now, this new Star Wars film is said to be modeled after Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, with a mixture of Star Wars in the mix to give it a darker tone than usual for fans. So obviously this new Star Wars film, dubbed as Star Wars X, is going to be a big deal because it's really going to kickstart this new mythology. Bob Iger talked about this a couple of months ago, that this new mythology is going to be very challenging. It's going to take a lot of time and effort to really do something that George Lucas was able to do back in 1977 by creating something fresh and new that fans or that the audience has never really seen at all before in pop culture or in cinema. So that's what they want to do. They want to catch lightning in a bottle again. Now, obviously, the A-list actor format is a step that's going to propel more fans and propel more, I guess you could say fans of those actors per se, to go ahead and watch the Star Wars movie. So they're looking at actors like Keanu Reeves, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Connelly, all these different known actors and actresses that are going to attract fans of those actors and actresses. So that's one of their big strategies to really make these movies more successful at the box office. Kind of like with the MCU, you got Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, you got Chris Evans, you got Mark Ruffalo, all these big time actors, right? So when we look at what they're trying to do with Star Wars X by introducing new secrets about the unknown regions, bringing a return of the world of Exegol, and even introducing new legends of the first Skywalker, new truths of all of that per se, as well as them in an attempt to bring back the character of Yoda in many different ways and exploring secrets about the ancient Jedi and the Sith. Honestly, I think that this is a step in the right direction because a lot of fans, including myself, really love the Jedi the Sith lore, the dark side users and stuff like that, on top of the bounty hunter material. You know, to me, I think that Star Wars at its heart really has to do with Jedi and Sith lore, and I think that fact that they're trying to do this is because they realize this finally, that this is the right direction to go, introducing us to a time where there are more than just, you know, 1 or 2 Jedi in the entire galaxy. And it's kind of, I can imagine that it's going to feel like the prequels in a sense. They plan to make this based before episode 1. And if they do decide to use the Roman numeral format, to me it wouldn't make much sense by calling it Star Wars X per se, because it doesn't take place after episode 9. So obviously it's a placeholder. That's a placeholder title at the moment, and we will be learning more about this as we go throughout this year of 2020. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.